What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. I'm feeling a little bit better today, thankfully. It was a rough patch there. I know it feels like I'm ill all the time. It's starting to really feel that way. I guess I'm just, my immune system is garbage. But thankfully, I'm feeling quite a bit better. I have a pretty decent collection update video for you guys today. I will say it is the 20th, and both of the winners from the previous two giveaways have gotten in contact with me. So, the main winners for those giveaways, as I said, are getting the prizes or directing the prizes somewhere. So those are wrapped up. I do have an idea for another giveaway coming very soon, so just kind of stay, just keep an eye peeled for that. What I've got for today, I'm going to start with some Iron Maiden and hit death metal, and then work into some black metal. So a little bit for everybody here, and I'm just going to get right into this. The first thing, Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark. This is the repress. I think this was just repressed this past year. I know that they've been doing quite a bit of remasters and represses for the album. Some of them have little figures and that type of stuff. I was at Walmart doing some essential pickups, and I just happened to look at the CDs. My wife was picking up some games for my son, and I just decided to browse the CDs, and I saw Fear of the Dark. I did not have a copy of this. It was like $6. So I figured I would go on and grab myself a copy. This was, I think, the last album that Bruce was a part of the band at this period. This came out, I think originally came out in 1992. So, I mean, it's been out almost 30 years, 28 years at this point. Pretty good album. A lot of filler tracks, it feels like, on this, but it's got some really good stuff on this as well. Fear of the Dark, just the title track on that is pretty stellar, just about as good of any Iron Maiden track that you will ever hear. I'll kind of give you a good look at this actual digipack because it is the remaster version. Pretty good stuff. I mean, I love Iron Maiden. Yeah, I think everyone knows that Iron Maiden has a secure spot in metal history. They are very influential, if nothing else. So good to have a copy of that in the collection now. I had to throw on the hat as well since I was doing this in the video. Next up are two CDs that I picked up from Tankcrimes. They were having, I don't know if they still are. I will link it up in the description just in case. They were having like a $5 CD sale on some stuff, and there was a couple of albums on there that I definitely was meaning to pick up, and I figured that was as good a time as any to go ahead and grab it. The first one is some crazy, tortured, depraved death metal out of San Jose. This is a Mortuous, I believe is how you pronounce this, with Through Wilderness. This originally came out in 2018. If you have not heard this album, do yourself a favor right now and go check this out. It's just tortured, depraved death metal, blistering at times. For a debut full length, they are leaps and bounds ahead of what they should be at this point. This is an amazing release. This will throw you into the depths of despair and bludgeon you the whole way into it. Fantastic stuff, amazing stuff. I'm going to link up everything that I show. Also, not link up, but I'm going to list it in the description. That way, if you want to go check something out, you can definitely go do that. I am linking up Tankcrimes so you can go get in on that sale. I believe that sale is still going. If it's not, you can still go support Tankcrimes anyway. But this is an amazing release. Definitely do yourself a favor and check this out. As I said, this is Mortuous with Through Wilderness. Fantastic death metal out of San Jose. Next up, we have Necrot with the Labyrinth. This is some more death metal out of California. This is a compilation of the three demos that led up to Blood Offerings. Blood Offerings was a fantastic release from Necrot. This is pretty good stuff. It's kind of neat to they do the demos in order in this compilation. I like to see the progression of the band, the improvement of the band, and just the maturing of their material throughout this compilation. It's a pretty fun listen on that aspect. Pretty good stuff. I love Necrot. I love everything that they put out, but it's definitely neat to listen to the process, I guess you could say. Yeah, you could definitely tell um, the improvement and maturing, I guess, going on throughout the compilation. So fantastic stuff. As I said, both of these were $5 a piece. Couldn't go wrong. I already had Blood Offering, so I needed the Labyrinth to go in the collection with the other Necrot stuff. Next up, I've been meaning to pick this album up for quite some time. It came out last year. This possibly could have hit my end of the year list. Last year I had a physical copy when I did my album of the year. This is the newest release from Nile, entitled Nilotic Rites, I believe is how you pronounce that. This album started off kind of slow for me. I was kind of put off the first time that I listened to this. I wasn't really digging it. And I decided to go back and revisit. And after I got past that first track or two in this, it actually picked up quite a bit of steam. I actually enjoyed this quite a bit more than my memory led me to believe that I would. After you get into the meat and potatoes part, after you get past that first couple of tracks, this is probably one of the better Nile releases as a whole that they've released in quite some time. I know, like, I always have this hope in my mind that I'm going to get another amongst the catacombs of Nephron type album. I know good and well that's never going to happen, but I always have that little glimpse of hope. But this is one of the better albums that I've heard in quite some time from Nile, so I was definitely glad I went back and revisited this. Definitely glad I have a copy of this in my collection now, because it is something I think I will be keeping in rotation and steady plays here in the very near future. Next up, some classic death metal. I saw someone posted this in a group that I'm in on Facebook, kind of gave people the heads up of a sale going on eBay. A seller was selling this, and the price on this was like $7 and free shipping. So I had to jump on this. This is a Suffocation with Breeding the Spawn. This was the follow-up to Effigy of the Forgotten. This came out in 1993, so we've got some old stuff on going on here. I think in some aspects, this is one of the better Suffocation albums. Definitely one of the more technical albums they've ever put out, and definitely, I think for me, this has got to be one of the best. I think it's hugely overlooked. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people discredit this album, and it's unfortunate that they do so, because this is, for me, one of the stronger, definitely the most technical album that Suffocation has ever put out. Fantastic release on this one. If you've overlooked this or just kind of skipped over it in their discography, do yourself a favor and go check this one out. This is a Breeding the Spawn from Suffocation. This is the Canadian version, I believe. It's the original '93, but I think this was the one that was released in Canada. So next up, kind of changing gears a little bit and going into some black metal. This is a band that I think a lot of you may have not checked out. It may be a band that you've kind of overlooked. And I remember at a point in time hearing bands like Finn, Agalloch. There was a point where not a lot of people knew about that type of music, and it was almost a sense of, you were kind of glad that not a lot of people. It's something it seemed more special to you, that not a whole lot of people had heard that. It just that kind of moving passage of music. It's something. It just made something feel a bit more special about those bands at that time period. This is an album that came out in 2013, and I think it's one of those albums that not a whole lot of people know about, and I get a sense of pride that I enjoy this so much that I'm enjoying something that not a whole lot of people know. This is for me a landmark album, and I think it deserves a lot more recognition than it ever got. This is an Appalachian winner. A little inside's falling out. A little insert with Ghosts of the Mountains. Went blank there for a second. Amazing kind of symphonic black metal at times, even little folky stuff going on here and there. Definitely do yourself a favor and check this out. It's just got the little paper insert on the inside. Amazing stuff. I could not do justice with how good this album is. If you're into black metal, if you're into that kind of doomy sounding black metal, sometimes like Agalloch, I know Agalloch kind of blurs the lines here and there. There was just the little lyric sheet insert. The lyrics are some of the most intelligent lyrics that you're going to hear. I mean, it works, it flows so well. It's amazing that they were able to paste together the lyrics and folded into the music as well as it does, just because of the depth and complexity of the lyrics, and just the general sense that the lyrics and the feeling that the lyrics build. I know I'm probably not making any sense. Amazing stuff. That's one. If you don't take anything else from this video, definitely go check out Ghosts of the Mountains from Appalachian Winter. Also picked up their follow up to that release. This is the Epochs that built the mountains. I think a lot of people overlook their stuff just because the artwork isn't just that grab your attention, make you draw you in. Sometimes the artwork's not real fitting for the music, but don't let that take away, because this is some amazing stuff. This album's pretty good. It's no Ghost of the Mountains. I think Ghost of the Mountains is just one of those landmark albums for me that just kind of built my personal taste towards metal, and kind of it led me in different directions, and to seek out new material. Definitely stoked to finally have a copy of this in the collection. As I said, this is the follow up with the Epochs that built the mountains, but definitely go check out Ghost of the Mountains. Last but not least, we have the newest release from Vagrond. This is just simply entitled Ruin. This is good kind of ambient type stuff mixed in with black metal out of Australia. This came out, I think, in 2018 or 2019. I think this came out in 20. I don't know. It hasn't been out just super long. I was super stoked that Tauheim, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Tauheim Records did the production for this CD. The artwork on this is immaculate. It's got that it fits the album flow so well. It's a mix of serenity and despair and dark depressing black metal. They're able to craft in melody and despair so well, and I was stoked that Talheim was the one that did that, because Self Mutilation Services did the previous record, Regret, and they tried to rip me off. I got the CD after filing a claim. I had to file a claim because they never sent it. Then I filed a claim, and then magically it came up shipped with a tracking number, and then they tried to say that they sent me a refund that I had to repay, and they never had sent me a refund. It was just a headache, and I never ever want to have to deal with Self Mutilation Services again. I'm never going to purchase anything directly from them. So when I saw that they weren't involved in the CD release with that, I was like, yeah, I can grab a CD, thankfully. So fantastic stuff. I'm going to list everything that I had that I just showed in the description. Definitely go back and check out the Mortuous, the two highlights from this, the Mortuous album, Through Wilderness. Definitely go check that one out, and then go check out the Appalachian Winter, Ghost of the Mountains. Not to discredit anything else that I show, because these are all very strong albums. But if you're not going to do anything else from this video, definitely go check out those two. I have some more stuff on the way. Have some stuff that came in today that I want to spend some time with before I actually do a video for. Metalhead boxes on the way. I have a grab bag type deal from Gorehouse on the way. I have all kinds of stuff on the way. So there's going to be material coming in the very near future. As I said, I have another idea for a giveaway that I'm going to be doing very soon. So keep an eye open for that. Yeah, that's all I've got for today, though. So stay classy, stay metal, stay safe, and I will see you all very soon. I promise.